The beauty of the trip starts from the train journey itself. Most of the passengers get down by NGP, so we get the whole compartment to ourselves. We stand at the door with a firm grip and we gaze over the various landscapes passing by. We are traveling in the Kanchankana Express, which left previous day from Shialda at around 8 pm. This train route is famous for crossing through the dense forest of duars. And after 1.5 hours from NGP, we finally get off at New Mal Junction. The next part of our journey to Lava is via road. Best way to reach Lava is to get off at New Mal and book a car. Cars are available just outside the station. There are two main routes to reach Lava. Ours was through Gorbathan. We take a random stop in between and explore the place. The place is covered with hilly terrains and tea gardens all around. We take pictures and have some laughs and are back on our track. As we gain altitude, the air starts getting chillier. We take out our jackets for the cold. Pine trees mark that we are near our destination. Finally reaching Lava, we go straight to the WPFTC resort. We had pre-booked it from before. We saw that the Dhupka cottages had the best view. Freshening up, we inquire for food. We find a viewpoint from where Kanchenjunga is supposed to be visible with a clear sky. But clouds have swept in. So we start exploring the resort. It's a huge campus. The whole area is covered with pine trees with a small trail leading to our cottages. No doubt it's the best place to stay in Lava. The thick canopy barely lets any sunlight in. The chilling cold with clouds and tall trees give kind of an airy feeling. The ground is moist and various kinds of mosses grow in them. Being the guy with the camera, I fall behind. We walk down to Lava Bazaar and roam around in search for food. We are really hungry now. We come across the monastery, but it's closed due to COVID protocols. We walk, click pictures, and have a good time. Finally, we get to a place to eat. Being famished, we dive into our food and it's finished in no time. We return as it gets dark and we rest for the night. Our day starts with a majestic view of the sunrise. The clouds are gone. The whole place hums with the sounds of birds chirping. Birds jump from one tree to another, carrying out their morning chores. Before the clouds set in, we take a quick morning walk. We explore the surroundings and I take some quick shots. Getting back to the resort, we take in a last glance of this mystical pine forest. And with the arrival of our car, we leave for Changi Falls.
टिफिनडारा थोड़ा नीचे और इस तरफ सन इस तरफ से निकलता है, जो आपका कंचनजंगा का बात समझ रहा हूँ वही भी सीन। वो तो रचेला पीक के पीछे से निकल रहे हैं ना, तो टिफिनदारा से तो स्नो कर रहा है, इसलिए वहाँ से।
Just before reaching the falls, we cross Kolakham Village. Finally, we get off the car and go to a nearby place for breakfast. We can hear the falls, but we have to walk the rest of the way. The descent path is narrow but walkable. While going down, we discuss the idea of rolling and reaching down to the bottom fast, but luckily no one attempts it. And finally we see Changi Falls. We give poses, take pictures and go further to the bottom of the falls. The boulders are slippery, but walking on it is fun. To have the full experience, I take off my shoes and get my feet wet. Man, the water is cold. I try to go nearer to the falls, but on the way slip and think it's better to drop the idea. After spending almost an hour over here with friends, it's time to get going. It doesn't take much time to get back up. Clouds have formed and soon it starts raining. We do stop at Kolakham and re-energize ourselves with some hot black tea. But the rain continues, so we don't get a chance to roam around. We only get to view Kolakham from the car, but instantly fall in love with the serene village covered with forest all around. And we are on our way to Rishop. It takes only about 20 minutes to reach Rishop from Lava, as it's just about 3 to 4 kilometers. The road is bad but beautiful. Finally we reach Rishop and check into the homestay we had booked. Lovely homestay. Indeed it's lovely. Rishop is a small mountain village. It is known for its magnificent view of the snow-capped peaks and is also a famous destination for birdwatching. Walking, we come across the Hotel Sonartari, which is the best location to stay in Rishop. Coming here, we don't see much rush of tourists. Leaving my friends behind, I went on a solo off-road walk. After a bit of walking, strange soft red fur were all around the path. Fir trees were the reason why. Finally, on the way back to the homestay and rest for the night. Although still sleepy, two of us wake up with a lot of hope. Maybe today the sky will be clear. But clouds being there, we only catch a glimpse of the majestic peak. Thicker clouds condense below the mountains while the lighter ones float above. Just as the sun has risen, we experience the reason why Rishop is known as the bird watcher's paradise. We see birds of various colors and sizes. If only we had a bird expert with us to identify them. With the sun risen, the cloud pattern changes. Sunlight penetrates the clouds and forms a breeze, and the view is spectacular. We have found a little shop where they have food. They even keep a variety of plants which they sell to the tourists. The most surprising thing is that this place is run by a blind couple. Having breakfast after a while, we are on our way to Tiffindara. Today, no car, only our legs. Two dogs whom we named Tommy and Johnny give us company the whole way. The trail is steep but walkable. If you keep quiet, you can hear various sounds of forests, with the prominent chirping of different sorts of birds. After about an hour of slow climb, tall pine trees tell us we are nearly there. The trail will be around 1.5 kilometers from the start. Open space mark that we have reached the top, which is known as the Tiffindara viewpoint. On days with clear skies, one will get a 360-degree view of the mountain ranges. But our luck is against us. The rest of the day passes away hanging out with friends. And today is the day we return. With a heavy heart, we say goodbye to this wonderful place. Our train's at 6 p.m. from Newmal Junction, so we still have a bit of time for sightseeing. Today we'll be going to Nokdara Lake and Murti River, but first we have a filling breakfast. The road to Nokdara is beautiful. After 2 hours, we reach the lake. It's more of a reservoir to store water. We do some boating. Try crashing into our friend's boat, but they flee in time. The lake is filled with fish you can feed. After emptying a packet of snacks and fish, we move on. As we descend, the cold lessens and the landscape changes.
বাইকে করে গেলে পুরো তার গায়ে জল পড়বে বাবা আমি ওয়ার্নিং দিলাম
And we are at Murti. It's also an entry point to Gorumara National Park. The river is shallow over here and people get down to the river. Seeing those people, I couldn't resist myself. It's fun to walk in the trickling water flowing over the round stones. But it's almost time now and we are hungry. Having hot momos from a nearby shop, we go to the train station and our trip comes to an end.